Hey YouTube, thank you for being here. I feel like you guys are a little crooked. This is one ring light. So I'm thinking this is a live stream. I was going to ask y'all, should I turn off one of these lights? So let me see. So this ring light is on the phone over here. And this one is there. Okay, we're going to do like this. I turned that lamp off over there. Y'all, I'm still at Academy, as you can tell from my background. But y'all, we just had an amazing class. This is my glam palette, and there are a few retro glam shades in here. I didn't keep track of what's what like I did with my Xenon palette with retro glam shades in it. And I really don't know which ones are retro glam. I kind of want to say these two, but I'm not sure. So, and I kind of want to say that one too. But so this is what we're using. We're going to do a look. I did my base face earlier during another break in between classes, and after this is dinner. So I was like, how am I going to get this done? So yeah. So we are jumping into, yo, I got hair in my nose, as most of us do, but one of them just wants to hang out. I'm like, what? City Beauty lip oil. Yo, I am so rejuvenated right now, and it is ridiculous. That last class was amazing. And of course, I can't talk about it, and I won't. So we're going to prime the eye. I have out the brushes that I used yesterday, and then we're going to dig into this palette. We're going to use the same brushes that we used yesterday. I did wash them, of course. I did not wash this brush because this is the one I'm using for dim light and for dim light. We did use the Lotus palette today, and what we used out of Lotus, whoo, we used everything except this one. We put on the bronzer first, and then we put on, and this is Bronze Heat. Then we put on Red O for the cheek area, and then we took this shade up here, which is another blush, Desert Flash, and so we put that in this area. So you do see a gradient. So this is a darker shade than a lighter shade. We did use this one. We used everything in here. This is also a blush called Radiant Rose. We put this here, and it is a nice highlight, right? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this too. So then we also put this sort of over top of this one. So this is Lotus. This is the Eternal Light finishing powder. I put a little on my forehead, a little on, excuse me for that glare, a little on my chin, and just a little on my cheek area, because this one makes me toasty. And the single compact I had of this is in my Macari store, because I have it in here, and I do have a label I printed that's somewhere that I can put Eternal Light on here. So if I do want to use Eternal Light, I know what palette to go into. Then we took Mood Light. And I know I just said dim light. This is Mood Light. This under eyes and all over. So this is the face. Inner rims. Earlier we did, both of these are from MAC, of course. This one is Hellbent Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner, and we put Perpetual Shock on my lower lash line. And then I went back with Hellbent and put that up here just to balance out the lower lash line, even though we are going to put shadow on the lid, but just to balance it out. And then I thought, what if I don't get to finish the eye look? At least it'll look like a look. And so this is what's on the upper lash line. And I already told you Perpetual Shock is lower lash line. And I do apologize for how my phone is, because when I'm here and I'm looking here, I know it looks like I'm looking way off somewhere. I will still, as usual, try to make it a point that when I'm talking to you and I'm not doing makeup, I will look where you are. And I see you right there. How y'all doing? All right, so let's prime the eye. Y'all can tell I'm hyped, right? I'm like, that class. it caught all of the instructors that were in there off guard. It was just like, yo. So let me prime the eye. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Some people ask. The crazy part is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Excuse me. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. I have a dry patch of hair, a dry patch of skin right here. So that's what we stand for. I hope that does become a daily affirmation for you. Just loving yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint. Self-love, self-acceptance. Yeah, 2 things about me. One, you already heard. There's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. I just thought, what if this wasn't recording? And I have like 30 minutes to get this look done, which I'm confident we can do, especially because the face is done. And the other thing about me is I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. So if it sounds like I said something, chances are I did say it. And I decided to put that in the intro, at the end of the intro, because I know it does offend some people and some people it doesn't. Because I used to ask and they were like, no, it doesn't bother us. And somebody else would be like, oh yeah. And so I'm like, let me just put that in so you'll know ahead of time. Like if you're new here, you'll know ahead of time that I may likely curse. And because I do tend to seem to hiccup more in videos and live streams, that's why that's at the end of my intro, because it's just like, girl, like, are you serious with all these noises in your throat? Yeah, unfortunately I am. So we're looking at this palette. I don't have a plan. I looked at it earlier and thought I had a plan, but I don't. Our Fenty 230 blending brushes that I use for packing shadow, I use them as shader brushes. Oh man, what would be simple? First shade, second shade, third shade, fourth shade. That would be super simple, but you know what? It would be hella pretty. Or we can, and monochromatic. And y'all know I don't gear towards that, but they're always pretty and they always look nice and they're very simple to do. And so that's where I'm kind of stuck right now. And it's like, do I just go for it? Let's go for this shade. And so let me tilt my mirror down here. That class, y'all, it rejuvenated everybody because the days are long for the classes. And, yo, somebody asked a question, the room lit up. Oh my gosh. Everybody was like, ah. And that's the first time that's ever happened like that. And I'm like, that question was that good. And, you know, almost everybody had an opinion, which was cool. And so it was just like, all right, what do you think? What do you think? And then so it was just really lively. And I was like, wow, like this is great. I am going up to the brow. I didn't mean to, but I did on this side. So we're going to bring it up to the brow over here. And because of just my muscle structure, this is, okay. This right here, what did I do? I think I squinted. Yeah, so my muscle right here pops out. And you see how that line, this is my muscle. Over here is not as strong, probably because my face is not symmetrical. And so that's what's going on with that. So we're going to wipe that brush off actually. And we're going, I think I want to take a pink. We're going to take this shade. And we're going to put that, we're going to overlap it a little bit. Y'all, I love the texture of these formulas. I do like the new formulas too, except I generally don't like the sparkling wet effect because usually it's not a color for me, it's just shine. And y'all know I want some color, but it is pretty as well. So that's like a there, not there. Am I going to put something over it? I might, but let's just get everything on first and see what we're working with. This is pretty, y'all. This palette is easy to use. Yeah, that's kind of there, not there. So we are going to put, I am confident that we're going to put something on top of it. I'm wiping that one off, even though we have a clean one sitting here that we didn't use yesterday or today. So we're just wiping this one off just so we can keep moving. I think I want to take this brown, this shade down here. Excuse me, and I'm not saying names because these are like center eyelid, outer eyelid, inner corner. Excuse me, Miss Ma'am, trying to tell me what to do? Because what? We do our makeup the way we want to, right? And so, and because she has that bent to her perspective, she did a second mock-up of, you know, if you're a darker skin tone, this is how you can rearrange them so to be suitable for you. And I'm just like, I mean, she ain't say it like that, but that's the gist of it, because the way the colors are, like, that wouldn't work for darker complexions, even if they did, you know, crease, transition, outer corner lid, the colors wouldn't have went for that that type of look. And so she did a configuration where you can change them around. And I'm like, who want to do all that though? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so she tries. I don't know if Hourglass would try just a little bit. But we're not going to talk about that because I don't want to go off. Eyelash trying to go on my eye. So this is basically it. We are going to, I like how that's a little bit darker. I still want to put something brighter on the lid. I don't know why I thought I saw a dual chrome because there are none in here. That's why I looked at it like, am I seeing things? But this is just this palette is just so easy to use and no fallout whatsoever. None. So I'm looking at the shapes. So we're gonna just come straight out here. There is no primer there, so that's why this is even looking light on this side. Oh, I tapped into this one by mistake, so then we're just gonna swirl the brush in here to make sure we have this shade on the brush. And because this is coming up further than this side, we're gonna go flat again with the brush and sweep that out here. So we're just kind of going back and forth, and we are overlapping a little bit. And for this palette, these shades, this formula in this palette, you don't need to blend a lot because it's just do, and I really enjoy it. And so this was a good choice because I knew I was going to be pressed for time today to do this look. And so I am glad that I did the base face earlier. Y'all, yesterday's look, what did we use? Xenon palette. Y'all, I got so many compliments on that look yesterday. People were like, Miss Dion, your makeup looks like really pretty. That is really nice. I'm like, thank you. And I never, you know, I'm never looking for or hoping for, you know, compliments. But it was, and I know, I remember telling y'all a few times before, every time I wear makeup, I get compliments. I've heard people say, every time I wear patent and mothership, I get compliments. Every freaking time I wear makeup, I get compliments, regardless of what brand it is. And so I was just like, wow. But yeah, that was a fun look to do. So I'm trying to think what I want to put. This right here looks like it has a little more space than this side right here. So we're just we bring that up just a little bit. And we could leave it like this and not even put anything under the brow because it looks like there already is, which is just my skin with the primer on top of it. But I do want to put something there, I think. We're going to, let's just do this one because this is very basic. I was thinking to take that pink, but then I'm like, what if I don't like it? And y'all like, girl, when does that stop you from doing something new? I know, I hear you. You know what? I just went into the pink by mistake. Okay, let's put the pink over here. And we're gonna go back into the pink. We're gonna put that over here since that's what's there. And we're going to tap that off and then go into this one, which is the initial one we put over here. So we're just evening it out, making sure both the colors are on both sides. And yeah, so you don't see skin anymore, and you do still see like a strip of light, a strip of space. And so do I want to take a shimmery shade and put up there? I don't think I do. I want to brighten up the lid because it is really monochromatic, super pretty. Y'all, I really do like this palette. I had an impulse thought the other day, actually early this morning, I think, to put Lila in my Mercari store. Which one is the shiniest shade in here? I'm gonna go with this one. But then I thought, it's not a palette that calls to me often, but every time I use it, I'm like, this is an amazing palette. And I think it's just me not using it often that I'm like, why do I keep it? And so what I did was I went through my gallery, through my Natasha Denona folder, and I copied all of my Lila looks into a Lila folder so I can just sit and look at all of the looks I did with Lila. And oh, those are some pretty ass looks. And what I was looking for was, are there other palettes I have that I can do those same looks with? And some I could and some no. This is pretty. So that's basically the, oh, drop the, where'd I brush it? Drop the brush. Excuse me. All right, so that is it for, no, lower lash line, baby. We are going to put a black mirror paint pot from MAC. No, we're not. We used that yesterday. We're going to use Fluid Line Midnight Snack, which is a gray. We're going to do that for upper lash line. For lower lash line, I think we're going to do blue. We are going to do this shade. This is a Blend Bunny brush. This was a Makeup Geek brush. This was the Hourglass. I mean, no. What? Real Techniques, the purple one. So we're going to go into this one. This is a cream to powder formula. And I like this, of course. So we're going to put this. This brush is good for this. This is a crease brush, but since I don't even do my makeup that way, but the Blend Bunny ones work really well for under my lower lash line. If I did bring my water activated paints, I would be inclined to put a blue on my upper lash line or not, because even though I don't matchy with my clothes, and I'm going to a formal dinner. So I'm just like, let me just act like I got some regular folks scents, because I have troll scents for sure. And so, what lip are we going to do? The stuff that I used yesterday, I put them in the back to ensure that I wouldn't reuse the same things. And I'm thinking now if I want to use Lila tomorrow, because I had in my notes to use Lila tomorrow and then Grunge Life the next day because I miscalculated. So Academy is Thursday to Sunday, and I was counting 4 days, and so I brought with me 4 palettes, completely missing that Thursday was a travel day, so it was only 3 other days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I had 1 extra palette to use, and I'll just use that Monday. So I do think I want to use Lila tomorrow, just to solidify that I do want to keep it. But all the looks I did with it were like super pretty. And so I just don't use it often. And also because the formula is so good, and her palettes do last me, you know, close to 3 years before they start to turn on me. So it does still have a lot of life in it. So if I was going to put it in Macari, like this would be the time for me to do that. Y'all, it's been some stuff happening. It's been some stuff happening. Like spiritual type stuff happening. But it's good though. I'm constantly reminded that I am protected, so it's all good. This is nice. Oh my gosh. This will look nice on upper lash line too. Do I want to put that blue back up there? I kind of want to. But it was challenging because of my eye shape. So that's why I'm like, I think I'm going to just do, I do want to put this back up there. But let's just see. What time is it? You know, I have my alarm set, so it'll let me know when I have like 10 minutes left to be down there. And I already changed my shirt. I just need to change, excuse me, my pants. Yeah, we're just going to do, and I seldom do this because I just don't like how I have to drag it across my lid. And that is the reason why I don't use pencils for my upper lash line. When I did it earlier, I actually did one of these just to make sure like the line was straight. And I'm not a fan either of pulling my lids. It looks nice. So we're going to just use this to do a wing. It's a little small one. A little small one. And so even though I do this and it looks pointed, when I let it go, it's not. So that's another thing too. It's just knowing it's not going to be. It looks cute though. So let's do, did I start in here? Yeah, I did. I started on the inside. Yeah, so this is a quick look. Where are we at? We're at 19 minutes. Yeah, this is a quick one. No timestamps for this one since all of it just was the eye look. I forgot to clock the timestamps during editing, and so after it edited, y'all, while it was exporting, and I left it running because the internet is really slow here, I left it exporting, and when I came back up, like the screen was black, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, my laptop I had updated, and so it like shut everything down. So I had to like re-export it. That took a little while. And so I was just doing other computer stuff while that was doing that. And then what did I do? Oh, and once it was exported, then I just like fast forwarded to, you know, when I started. I do have it written somewhere. The intro, I don't think it's the intro. I think I started with base, and then we did the eye look, and then no, the brows, the base, and then the eye look, and then the lip, and final look. This is on a weird angle down here, this one. And the final look was only a few seconds. But so I did, and you have seen that before this one. So you will see timestamps. I love this one, but this, y'all, I just made it too freaking thick. What I'm gonna try and do, well, not try to do, I'm going to I'm gonna take the blue, because that's what's under here, and I'm going to cover the bottom of that pencil, and hopefully I won't just like intensify the shape. So putting this on, just trying to dim it down. Did I do, what is that? Why does that look like a patch right there? Is there one on this side too? It looks like it's a patch right there. I'm gonna put more shadow there because it looks like it's a patch. And I don't know if it's from me holding it. I don't know. We don't need the cover up over here. But we're just putting more because we put more in this side. And this is still some on top of the green. I mean, this is the blue. It still looks thicker. I'm going to leave it. I am not a fan of pulling my skin. We're going to leave it, I say, as I go back again. All right, we're going to leave that there. Where's the brush that we use? I'm going to take this shade, which is what we put over here. And so we're going to just sweep that over top of the blue. Oh yeah, it looks nice. If something's not the way you like it, just try things. And I always do come out with something that I actually like. I'm never like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have did that. Not that I remember. I probably have though, but not that I remember. So we're just putting this shade just on top of that. And so you can still see the wing, but it does look more tamed. It doesn't look as thick as it did. And even in person, looking in the mirror down here, it doesn't. And so this is the look. That's the palette. 2 brushes we did not use. Awesome sauce. We're going to take this again. And it needs to, Tower 28 brown lower lash line, Beyond Mascara black upper lash line, Lancome Sauce Booster XL mascara primer. So we're gonna start that down here. This look will come out after we do the swatches for Xenon and Retro Glam. What is that? Whatever it is, it came right off. It might have been a piece of liner. It would be great though. Well, Xenon has Retro Glam shades in it too. And I don't think we use any of the Retro Glam shades for that look. And I'm wondering if I get them again, like would I still mix the palettes or not? But I kind of think not. And it would just make it easier just to say like what the shades are and to have it in its original setting. But I don't know yet. And because I did keep over half the shades, like that tells me that I really did like it versus just, you know, swapping out like 2 shades in each palette. I think I swapped out a total of like 8 shades. And it's only a 15 pan palette. And for the lighter shades, the ones I swapped out for, like I can just use those for buffing out lower lash line or something. Like I could find something to use them for. Just to still use those shades. I just love what this does to my lower lashes. Like look at this. And look at the wings. Like the wings is okay. The pencil wings. I'm not talking about the shadow wings, but those are nice too. I think this one is more up here and this one is more that way. And that's okay. So I'm gonna put this on. All right, we're at 25 minutes. Oh, let's do bottom first. Oh, we did the bottom. But we're gonna do this anyway since we started the other side. So yeah, when I rush, I'll be forgetting like what I did. What am I doing? And so we're just putting this on our top lashes. I think next week is Michelle's request, do the extreme lash look. And I think I might have mentioned it in the live stream before. The person who did that look, her lashes were long anyway, so I know mine is gonna look like hers. But it will be interesting to see because it's like extreme, messy, clumpy lashes. And Michelle loves that look. And so we'll be doing that. That was one of her requests as a channel member. If you're not a channel member, one of the perks is you get to make a request. If there's a type of look you want me to do, a certain color story, if you want me to do a commentary video talking about something specific, you can make those requests and I will do them. And so Michelle loves that perk to death. And I enjoy it too. I do enjoy it too because there's usually things I wouldn't think about doing. And so it helps me grow in my makeup journey and also in my professional makeup artistry business because just trying new things. And I'm like, oh, wow, that was pretty cool. Like, yeah, I'm going to do that on a client one day. And so I do thank you, my members, for giving me very interesting things to do. So I like this mascara. My lashes on this side are longer than my lashes on this side, so that's why they look like that. Because these you can clearly see, and these is like down here. But yeah, these are longer on my right side than the left side. What are we gonna do for a lip? Okay. Earlier today, excuse me, I did use the MAC Maleficent. And I also used, and it's in my bag, I also used a Fenty Swirl Hot Chocolate or whatever. Because I didn't have a lip one. And I said, let me just toss this on. And so the two lippies we have left to use are this one. This is, what is this? This is 135 Mystic Purple. And I thought to wear this with, like, and y'all know I don't be matching, so I'm like, why am I doing that? I thought to wear this with, when I did the Lila look, I think. So we're gonna do this, just a brown look, a brown lip, excuse me. This is Notoriously Morbid. This is Advent 24 from their Advent calendar last year, and the shade is Burial is a Secret. You cannot buy it separately. I do have a Notoriously Morbid link down below. It will save you 15% on your order. I love this brown, and I really do. I love this formula. I'm trying to figure out, like, did it smell like this before? It smells good, but it seems to smell just a tad stronger, just a tad. And so I'm trying to remember, is that how it always smelled? And I opened this, it's been a little over a year. I opened this October 15, 2024. Does not have a PAO on it. And unless I'm just really questioning my life choices with a lip color, I will continue to use it even after the PAO. See, you can hear that gurgle in my throat. This is pretty. Y'all, this is nice. We're going to do pictures now just to get that out the way. So please forgive me, or, you know, just go ahead and click something else to watch when the playlist pops up. So let's do our pictures. feel like this one eye is bigger. This one is more rounded. This one kind of angles downward. So I do this thinking it'll even them out versus this way you can tell that. I know y'all be tripping. So here we go with this one. We're going to do a picture with the palette. And then we will be done with this video. So here we go. And that'll be it. So thank you for being here with me. Let me know if you have glam or retro glam. Or not, because we'll discuss that when we do the swatches too, because those are going to be for giveaway. Retro Glam palette and Xenon. And so thank you for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. Thank you for being here. If you have time, hang out. Consider joining the membership. Subscribe if you keep coming back. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.